Hey Finland and hello Europe. It is the morning after the night before and I am so tired. Like all of you, I was up late watching Saara Aalto sing her way to second place on the X Factor UK. That's a huge accomplishment, and not just because it's second place on the X Factor, but because she is foreign born, she is Finnish, and she still managed to slay her way to the top 2. Are you guys ready to talk about it? Let's do this! Last night, after weeks of drama, including being kicked out of the 6-chair challenge, and then winning the wild card, and then surviving 3 sing-offs, Saara slayed her way to second place. The voting results are now out, so why don't we review both parts of the show, starting with Saturday night. On Saturday night, Saara really delivered. She had to sing Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and honey, she ruled that world. She started out on her back on a mountain of people. It was very Kylie Minogue, All the Lovers, but then she stood up and she stood out. Vocally, she was so confident, borderline ferocious, really gave this song her own personality. If you didn't know the original song, you would think this was like a completely new, brand new song. She really made it her own. She then walked up some stairs, belting it out. She then stood on a plinth for the final note, and that plinth rose. It rose like a phoenix out of the ashes, out of those sing-offs. It was truly diva-licious. Afterwards, Simon Cowell was asked, who did the best, and he said one act really killed it, and he was obviously referring to Saara. Saara killed it. And then she did it again with her cover of Bohemian Rhapsody when she was joined by her idol and the American Idol runner-up, Adam Lambert. This was very gothic, chic, high-fashion, mysterious corpse bride. She's tickling the ivories, doing her thing, she's singing. Then Adam Lambert comes and stands on the piano. There's all this smoke, so much smoke. She gets on the piano. A lot of our Eurovision readers have joked that this was very Eurovision 2015, Georgia Ninu Sublati Warrior, except these people were not fazed by the smoke. They just kept on going, and it doesn't seem to have impacted the results because ITV has revealed the results. At the end of Saturday night, she finished with 35.3% of all votes. That put her ahead of second place Matt Terry, who was on 33.4%. And then you had 5 After Midnight in last place with 31.3%. They, of course, were eliminated. Now, after the show, we were all buzzing like, OMG, Saara killed it. But the bookies, they started narrowing their odds on Matt Terry, and then Matt Terry actually overtook Saara Aalto in the betting odds. I was really shocked because I thought on his duet with Nicole Scherzinger, Nicole really upstaged him and made him look quite weak. But I guess what happened, or what a lot of our readers think happened, is that he benefited from the G effect. That's gays, grannies, and girls who love to vote for a handsome guy. And obviously Saara can't change her gender. She's a cute older woman. He's quite young. He's very, very young. So yeah, maybe that helped him, hurt her. But also a lot of people think that perhaps more of 5 After Midnight's fans went for Matt Terry because he's British, whereas of course Saara is a snow fairy. So we all went to bed, hoping, dreaming that Saara would win, and then Sunday, the second half of the final rolled around, and each act was going to sing 2 songs. The first was their song of the series, and Saara, she went for her version of Bjork's It's Oh So Quiet. She, of course, sang this in week 3, in Divas Week. This is after she had been in the bottom 2 twice, and so she said, okay, I'm going to show up, show a new side of myself. It was bonkers, it was mad, it was crazy, and it was a huge fan favorite, and she managed to replicate that again last night. This was pink, it was exuberant, it was over the top. Everybody was at the party except for the Mad Hatter, but he was probably somewhere backstage. It was kooky, crazy, and fun, and again, had that effervescence, that personality. Afterwards, Simon Cowell made the really good point. You've got a big voice, it would have been so easy for you just to show up and sing a power ballad. But no, you chose to show out with something just completely off the wall, and it was very, very good. It's almost like she had been storing these props and characters in Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, and they came out even more delicious. For his part, Matt Terry chose to sing Sam Smith's Writings on the Wall. This, of course, is from the 007 film. This was really good. I mean, he has a vulnerable side and he's able to do emotional songs quite well. I'm not a huge fan of him, I think he's kind of generic, but I really warmed to him when he sang this. The staging was nice, it was very, very good. But the bookies felt that Saara had won this segment because after they sang these songs, her odds shrunk yet again and she became the favorite yet again in this back and forth race. For their final songs, the acts got to choose whatever they wanted, and Matt seems to have gone a bit strategic with his choice. He sang the waltz, One Day I'll Fly Away. This was very, very emotional. He really nailed it. This was the first time in the whole competition I was kind of like, wow, I get it, I see why people think you're a star. But the strategic element is that in the UK, every year, people watch the John Lewis Christmas advert. John Lewis is this massive department store, and their Christmas advert, they spend millions and millions of pounds on it, it always goes viral. And this year, this song that Matt sang is the soundtrack to that commercial. So people have been hearing it for weeks on the telly, it's like looping, you can watch it on YouTube, it's already gone viral. So there was a familiarity to this, and I think people maybe unwittingly might have been like lulled into this comfort and ease because they had been hearing the song so much recently. And funny enough, after they had both performed and after voting had closed, this commercial came on British television. I mean, voting had closed, so it wouldn't have impacted it at that point, but it's still very interesting. In any case, Saara, she opted to go for that diva power ballad that Simon mentioned previously, and it was Whitney Houston's I Didn't Know My Own Strength. Yes, I didn't know my own strength. And if you didn't know, I don't know this song, I don't know this power ballad, and that may have been part of the problem. I think that one of, Sarah's many gifts is taking a song that people know and then making it her own. This song just, I don't know, it doesn't have the highs and lows or the familiarity of so many other songs that she sang, and so I wasn't really feeling it. She delivered it beautifully, but I'm just not familiar with the song, and I don't think this song showcases her voice as well as others do. I mean, I was much more touched earlier in the season when she took on Sia, for instance. Those very current songs that sounded very now, which she still managed to put her own twist on. So this, I was slightly disappointed. Not in her, just in the song choice. And I actually would have given the edge to Matt on this song, but overall, Saara was still my girl. After each song, Saara gave a brief onstage interview where she said how she was feeling, and both times she showed her sweet, vulnerable side. After the first song, she said, "The British public accepted me, I feel so loved, I want to love you back." Oh, we are feeling it, honey! And after the second song, she said, "The love and support that I got from you made me blossom, and I am so grateful that I found my home here." She needs to stay, because she is going to slay. She's going to come into contact with so many songwriters. I can't wait. So now that the competition is over, what can we expect for Saara? She herself has already hinted to YLE, the Finnish broadcaster, that finishing second might be a good thing. Ahead of the finals, she said that finishing second gives her the best of both worlds because she has the exposure, but she doesn't have all the responsibility and, frankly, the burden of being one of Simon Cowell's signees. She's going to have freedom to pursue her music on her terms, and she's obviously going to come into contact with those songwriters, with other record labels, with West End musical producers. Everyone is going to want a piece. I mean, she said it on her Instagram this morning. She said, "This is just the beginning." That's totally true. And the second point, let's be honest, a lot of the winners of X Factor have not been that successful, and those who finished second or even lower have had a lot more success. So for instance, let's quickly name some winners. I have to consult my list because I can't remember their names. Ben Haynow, Joe McElderry, Matt Cardle, Leon Jackson. I mean, talk about them, you might hear some crickets. And now let's look at the people who finished behind them. Ollie Murs, 2009, he was a runner-up. Global, huge star in Germany, the UK, he's everywhere. Fleur East, 2014, runner-up. That song Sax, that was number 3 in the UK. Topped the charts in Belgium, topped the charts in Hungary. One Direction, hello! They competed on the 2010/2011 edition. They finished 3rd, I think. Global superstars. Ella Henderson, 2012, 6th place, but her debut album topped the UK charts. Honestly, Winning the X Factor is not a guarantee of success, neither is finishing as a runner-up. The fact is, Saara has something special. Ultimately, that's all that matters. She's got the exposure now, so she can leverage her talent to something huge, and we cannot wait to see what she does. A lot of Eurovision fans on our site who followed her from Uuden Musiikin Kilpailu to X Factor were really behind her, and last night on Twitter they were quite upset. You know, even myself, I was like, oh, the Brexit vote just won. But maybe this is a blessing. Maybe finishing as runner-up is just going to keep pushing her, make her even stronger, make her even better. I can't wait to see what she does next. What about you? Are you depressed that Saara came second? Are you super proud? Are you Finnish? And are people in Finland still talking about this? Let us know here on wiwibloggs. And while you're at it, why not press subscribe, press like, you can press dislike, that's fine too. And we'll see you later. Bye!